Okay, so I want to make a quick video, just chicken coop design, go over it and see what you all think of it. I built it virtually so we can look at all aspects of it. It's a crude build, but you'll get the idea across. So start off with the top here, 8 feet wide this way, 16 foot long this way, and north obviously be that way, which means this makes this east. And this is a primary feature of it, so let's start here. These slats represent hardware cloth, just basically screen, but I use hardware cloth. Big wide open ventilation right there. And so the other part of the ventilation obviously is going to be on the top end, and I got a couple different options for how I can do that, depending on what kind of roof I go with. If I go with a shingle roof, first off I have to use OSB on the roof, which I don't know if I want to because that's extra expense. And I'd have to actually hammer in them all, and I kind of laid up with one arm not working well, so I don't know if I want to be doing a roof even that small. Not sure. But if I go with the shingle roof, I just go with the standard shingle block vents, and I just have a whole row of those going across for maximum ventilation. And so you get the natural kind of draft going here. So option B is I have salvaged industrial metal siding, roofing, whatever. It was a big industrial pole building that was taken down. I happen to have a bunch of the salvage steel from that just lying around waiting to be reused. And so that's got it's, you know how metal roofing is kind of jaggedy? You see metal roofing on a house? Well, this is more so. Instead of, a nice little 1 inch or so profile, you're talking 2.5 or something like that. So I can't get mesh to match that. And so what I would just simply do is overhang it, and the profile would be open for the top vent, the whole thing along. Be basically a ridge vent, sort of. And try to rig up something with a screen to help keep mosquitoes out. Also in the front, this may be a double, maybe hardware cloth on the outside, screen on the inside, or vice versa. Mosquitoes can get pretty bad here at night. It'd be nice to be able to give the chickens some relief from that and help keep them healthier. And so, I try to rig up some kind of screen for any venting I'm doing. But anyway, so kind of a couple options there. The other option for roofing is I can actually go with either scratch and dent, mismatch, whatever, out of the discount bin, or I ain't going to buy new, that's too expensive. But if there's just regular residential metal roofing. And the advantage to that is if I go with that, I can get the polycarbonate panels to match, so I can have skylights. So I can put 1 or 2 panels of the steel in a skylight, another 2 panels of steel in the skylight, and finish up with another panel of steel. If I don't do that, the lighting won't be as good in the coop because most of it's going to have to come in through this venting. I can do some PVC, or not PVC, but plexiglass windows possibly in these doors. But really a lot of the light won't be coming in, and I might be able to do something back here for plexiglass for some more light, but coming from the west, we're extremely shaded in the west, so that's not going to help a whole lot anyway. Light's really got to come in during the morning and during the noon of the day, but then again, the chickens won't be living in here. This is just to lay eggs and sleep at night. They free range or a big huge run depending on what I got going at the time. If I need to put them in a run for some reason, it's not absolutely vital because the sun comes up in the morning from the east and they go outside. So I don't think I'm going to stress too much about there being light, being that they don't spend their whole day in here. Obviously there's going to be some doors in here. There's going to be a door on the north side and on the south side, just like this. On over here as well, and then there's going to be a door on that. Well, this door on the back would actually be, this is just easier to model, but it'd be split into 2 doors along this way. Bottom door just for clean out, and then the top would be split into 2, 3, 4 sections, and then that would open up to give access to the egg nest boxes. Okay, and then there's obviously the swinging door on the north side. I'll explain that in a second. Okay, so let's go inside the coop. And what you're going to see here is the nesting boxes, a poop guard. I'm imagining a perch kind of right in this area, just because, maximum utilization of space. They're going to be pooping on here, but this would overhang over the nesting boxes and then fall off. So I'm going to try to keep this at a pretty steep angle, this plane here. And I don't know if I'd coat it with an aluminum flashing or something to help it roll off. I'm not quite sure on all that yet. Haven't 100% figured that out. So that's still kind of up in the air. What I'm also thinking is if I do go 8 feet, that gives me plenty of room to not only put one of the roosts here where they can't poop up here because they wouldn't be able to sit up here, so they would not be able to get any mess over the nesting boxes. But I'd be able to put a perch here, and then I could possibly put another perch over here. You know, right in this area here. So a possibility, I'm not quite sure yet. Love your input on that one. For feed, what we're going to do is I'm going to have block feeders attached right probably to the door here. So you open up the door, maybe not even open the door. I might make it fillable from the outside. There, and again, nesting boxes don't need to go across this entire 16 feet. I think that'd be excessive. So I can put breaks in there, and I can have a feeder right in the middle. So they'd be able to get to that feeder, and again, open it from the backside to refill it. Water is going to be in the form of a PVC pipe stretching across here with chicken nipples in it, hooked up to a constant water source. I really like my automatic watering. Wintertime, can't really run that system anymore, so we're just going to have a bucket with multiple chicken nipples in it, and then that would handle the winter watering because I got to heat that. And what I would then do is right about into this area in the front here, I would make the front give that sand and diatomaceous earth mixture. I had seen that from another online poster there. He does that. I like that idea. Gives them a good place to take a dirt bath and get that diatomaceous earth in there to help with parasites. Love that idea, so I'm going to incorporate that in somewhere, either in the front or, yeah, probably in the front. I imagine that'll be in the front. So, I don't know. Yeah, probably. But yeah, love to hear your inputs, criticisms. What would you do, and just kind of overall looking for opinions on it. This is again got to be big enough. I'm gonna have 35 laying hens, so you know, making it big enough for 40 to 50 would not be the worst idea. I don't know why in the world I get more than 35 laying hens. We got pretty good demand right now, but still, I think 35 is great, plenty. You know, you're talking 2 dozen eggs a day. So I don't think it'll need to be bigger than, you know, 40 birds, absolute max. 35 is going to be plenty. We're probably going to go down from the 35. I'll be losing some over the winter, and some of them are really getting into retirement. So, you know, figure more like 25 good laying hens. All right, so tell me what you think. Give me your opinions. Love to hear them before I start building.